2, 3.
Wait,
Hi, guys.
wait.
Hi, guys. How are you? I'm so excited. I'm here with Aisha.
Hi, guys.
I think some of her might know her. If you don't, we'll have like everything somewhere here. Maybe. I don't know.
Follow my Instagram, follow my YouTube, follow my everything.
Everything. And I'm actually so excited to be here with her today. We're going to talk about something that's kind of actually very dear to my heart. Well, something that I've been thinking about for quite some time. And I thought that, you were kind of the right person to talk to about this. So I want to talk about something that I think I titled Women Should Teach, Not Shame. So just to give you a little background on me. So I left my house when I was 16, right? So when you're 16, there's a lot of things that you still don't know how to do as a woman, right? And so I found myself in spaces or in situations where I was made fun of for not knowing how to do what people considered basic things.
Like what?
Like, for example, so I used to be like in a Congolese community, and so we would have like events, and for example, like there's some dishes or stuff that they do that I don't know how to do, and they would be like, oh, nah, like you don't know how to do that, like aren't you a woman involved? But I don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's okay.
And there could be so many reasons I'm thinking about, and we're gonna get into it a little bit more. But I just think about the people who maybe they don't have mothers, maybe nobody was there to teach them.
Yes.
It goes beyond cooking and cleaning, but even like physical health, how to take care of yourself,
hygiene,
everything. Maybe some women actually grew up with their dads and their brothers, or maybe their mothers didn't have time working crazy hours, or you don't know. People just have so many
different
reasons.
Situations.
And I'm just kind of sad when I hear, older women, and even among ourselves, just, oh, she can cook, look at her, and why do we even do that? Have you ever experienced that?
Definitely. I feel like in my personal experience, it's more so you look like you don't know how to cook.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
I
Or you look like you don't know how to do anything else except, makeup or whatever. Yeah. So I think I personally feel like a lot of women do that because of their own insecurities. Yeah. And I feel like when you highlight someone else's, like, oh, I'm a better woman than you.
Exactly.
What makes me a better woman than someone else?
Exactly.
Oh, I can cook, I can clean.
Exactly.
And as much as we want to pretend like we're like feminists out here,
it's all for men.
It's all for men, right?
Yeah.
And it's all to dictate, like, we literally classify ourselves based off of things that we don't want to classify ourselves from, which is really crazy. But I honestly feel like when a woman is judging someone else based off of small things that shouldn't even matter, it's because they're lacking something else and they feel better when someone else is, lacking something that they feel like is a good thing or something to be proud of. So,
that's true. Because there was this thing, I think back in the days, we used to call them Pygmy girls. So
back in the days, there still are. I do this, I do that. Okay.
No, not like this. No. And it's just so sad because even the standards.
It's really sad. It's really sad.
It's like, let's say today we hear, oh, men like natural women. Then you'll hear, oh, me, I don't wear makeup.
I don't wear mascara.
I don't do
lip
this.
gloss, nothing.
And it's sad.
It is really sad.
You can spend like hours talking about this, but at the end of the day, it all comes down to the fact that we value ourselves based on what men want. And that is sad.
That is so true.
That is actually.
That is so true. Like, even, I don't know if your parents did this with you, but even if, like, for example, my mom was like, you always need a job, you need, like, your own career, make sure you go to school or whatever. But a lot of it was based off of, oh, so you can find a good husband that will value you. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's also like, yes, of course, it's so that you can take care of yourself. But there was always that. You know what I mean? There was always that aspect of things, like, do this so that a man can see you as worthy. Yeah, exactly. Go to school so that a man can see that you're educated so he won't play with you. Yeah. And I think a lot of that is true because that's how, like, people's brain work, right? If you don't have an education or if you don't do this or you don't do that, then I will treat you different than someone who does or someone who doesn't.
I mean, yeah, but I feel like men don't have that pressure to do anything to be good husbands. Like, nothing. And it's not like the conversation today, but at the end of the day, like, that's where, it all comes down to that we just do things because we live in a society where ultimately our goal is to please the men we're
men,
with.
Yeah.
Or even
Or
not with.
putting more pressure on women than we do men.
Exactly.
Like,
and
way more pressure.
Yeah, and but what do you think could be done, or what should be taught different, so like that kind of like gets out of our mentalities? And
I think, like anything else, I feel like it starts in your home, right? And your culture. So, for example, we're Africans. We grew up in an African home. Naturally, like, I don't know about other parts of Africa, but I know for Guinea anyways, the dads or the brothers don't do any of the things in the house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, probably throw out the garbage, max.
Very,
you know what I mean?
or
But
maybe build stuff, put them.
yeah, okay, that's like,
stuff.
wait, what? Once every 6 months? You know, but there's more pressure of like, you do this, you do that, but he's a guy, he can chill, or he doesn't have to do that because that's not his responsibility, you know. And I feel like that's where it begins, you know. Like, I've grew up knowing that, okay, as a woman I do this, and there's more pressure on me for these specific things than a man. There's more pressure on me to be clean and to have good hygiene than there is for a man. Oh, he's a guy, you know. It doesn't matter if he's sweating or he stinks. Like,
it really does.
It does matter. It does matter.
No, but it's true. I think it's also, for me, just acknowledging that it's okay. Like, some people, like, it's so easy to just judge based on what you see.
Yeah.
But there's so much more to people's stories and lives. And instead, let's say, me, for example, this is a perfect example. Actually, Snapchat reminded me that yesterday I was at your old place, and that's when we had, like, our makeup session.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And so a year later, I did this by myself. Okay? And so instead, she could have been like, this girl, she doesn't take care of herself. But she didn't do that. I went to her and I was like, hey, I don't know, like, teach me how to do that. And then she taught me. And then that's it. And now today I can do a little something.
Yeah.
So I think it's just about that. Like, even on the, like, let's, like, flip the side for a second. But let's say I am on the receiving end of that. Like, let's say I don't know how to clean my house, or I don't know how to take care of my wig, for example. But I'm gonna feel ashamed to ask you because
you're gonna judge me.
Exactly. Okay, so I can't. I'm gonna stay in that, or I'm just not gonna even. I'm gonna stop trying. And then we look at girls and women, and we're like, oh, but she doesn't take care of herself. Doesn't she have friends? Like, can somebody tell her something? But even if maybe she just doesn't know and she can't ask.
Exactly. And she probably doesn't ask because she's afraid to ask, right? And why is that? Like, why are we afraid to ask for help?
I think the easy answer would be pride, but I think it's more than that.
I think it's more than that.
Yeah. I think it's maybe
fear of, like, obviously
it's
judgment. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
You know, and it shouldn't be. You know, you should be, like, right now, I want to learn how to lay my wig. I'm gonna ask people who know how to lay their wigs. Like, I don't, you know. But there's this but there's this stigma that, oh my God, like, she's probably gonna think I'm whack, or I don't know how to cook, so she's gonna make fun of me. I'm 25 and I don't know how to do this.
Yeah.
And, like, it's okay.
Yeah, it is okay. It is okay.
It starts with us as women just applying more grace to others, because no matter what you say, there's something you don't know how to do.
Yeah. Oh, that's for sure.
There's something. It's like I always say, if somebody asks me, can you cook? I say, no, I cannot, because your food... No, but your food will not be good to somebody. You know?
Yeah, but you can still cook. And I feel like, even to what you just said, that proves the point of how women, we're so hard on ourselves.
True.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
Like, I feel like if we don't take ourselves so seriously, maybe it would be easier to ask for help, you know? Yeah. Like, okay, who cares if I don't know how to lay my wig, or if I don't know how to cook? I'm going to ask someone to teach me, you know? You know how to cook. So, and that's okay to say that. It's okay to be, you know what I mean, sure in what you carry. Yeah. That's deeper than what I'm supposed to be.
No, that's
but
true, but I get what you're saying. Because there's this lady, she was saying, she was just, well, I don't think she was joking, but she was just talking about how, so she's a preacher's daughter, and she was saying how, you know, sometimes, like, she'll burn the rice or whatever she's cooking, and she's just not going to turn out well. And then she finds that a lot of women if they have people over and maybe the food doesn't, turn out well and stuff, like they'll just be devastated, and it's like my identity is attached to like the food.
It's so true.
It's like, and I think it happened to us.
For
before,
sure.
and it's like, oh my God, like I'm not a woman enough, and it's like, okay,
I'm not a good wife.
Like, oh, it's over for me. Nobody will want me, and it's
so
just
true.
it's not that deep. Like you will mess up pasta once in your life at least. So
at least 3 times, baby.
At least you'll burn rice.
You'll burn rice. Burn what's up?
Yes, it's like, oh, I forgot.
But and that's the thing, like exactly how you said it. We should give ourselves the grace.
Yeah.
Like we need to learn not to take ourselves so seriously, and also not be so judgmental if someone else is like lacking in a place that like you're doing well in or whatever. So.
Yeah, and I think we should also be willing to help without any judgment.
Yes.
Just remember your weaknesses.
Okay.
And stop we should also try and strive to like not attach our values to domestic things or even to any things that just don't make sense. Because maybe right now we're talking about cooking and cleaning and stuff, but it could be your education.
Yes.
It could be, I don't know, anything else. So I don't think that we should just keep moving forward as we age. Especially, I feel like I don't want to like make it about that, but especially like as women and when we grow and like we get into the age of dating, it really becomes about what can you do, as a woman. And it's like you're talking about, I want to find a good guy. What can you bring to the table? You have degrees. Can you cook? Can you make a home? And it's like, well, now I feel like I have to like not even know how to do it, but I have to make sure that that I can do it.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's like
that is so true.
It's sad.
It is really sad. But that's why I guess it's just learning to not care about others, like what people think so much.
Yeah.
Like if you can cook, you can clean, like you don't need to prove it to anybody. Your husband will know.
Yeah.
And
if you can't, it's okay.
And if you can't, it's okay.
Yeah.
There's YouTube.
Literally.
I bought a cookbook for Christmas because I knew that I needed to step up my cooking game, And I wasn't afraid. Like, I asked you for recipes. I'm like, how do you make this? How do you make that? And it's just about, like, I'm not that important. It's not that serious.
And it's not
so
that
you
deep.
can ask for help. If you really think about it. It's like, but, I can, like, imagine if I was like, oh, no, I'm not going to ask her for a recipe because, she's going to think that I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, that's just so silly. And I feel like as women, we do that to ourselves. Yeah. And, like, we just self-sabotage ourselves a lot.
We do that. But, hey, just remember, Jake's wife, she couldn't cook. He taught her.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he did.
Wow.
So.
Must be nice.
But all I want us to remember today is that do you. Yes. And like as women we should stop putting our values or our worth in what we can or can't do in the kitchen, in the house. And this is not to say don't learn, but all I'm saying is that it's okay. Like you need to start somewhere, and there's several reasons why. I met a lady last weekend, and she was saying that she never learned how to cook because she grew up like with a lot of siblings, but in a very small space. So she didn't want to be in the kitchen with them. So it's like, if you dig deeper, it's kind of traumatic. It's like, there's so many siblings that I don't want to be in the kitchen with my mother. There's not enough room in our house, So she never learned it. She never took the habit. But now she's trying to learn. She's older. Now she's 26 or something. So it's like, you don't
know what people went through. Like,
really
and that's something definitely the past couple of years have taught me is to look beyond, look beyond how that person, like, there's a reason why this person is this way. So not even trying to, like, judge them, like, honestly give grace whenever you can, because you may even just have a bad day, just because you've messed up the rice one day doesn't mean that you're a bad cook, So it's just really about being humble and just being, humble in ourselves, knowing like, okay, you know what, it's okay. I know I'm not perfect, and it's okay if I mess up once or twice, or it's okay if I don't know how to do something, And that's it.
Yeah, and there's always something you're not going to know how to do.
Always.
So anyway, guys, thank you for listening to us. I hope you got a little food for thought.
Yes.
Okay. And we definitely want to hear your experience with it. And,
Yes.
you know, have you ever experienced that in any area of your life? And what did you do about it? And what are you going to do moving forward?
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're good at something, how are you going to help others with that?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it was Esther and
Aisha.
Thank you
Bye.
for watching.